Now, during an online press briefing earlier today, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said, quote, "The president believes that forcibly taking over a building on campus is absolutely the wrong approach. This is not an example of a peaceful protest."
That's it. That's all he said there. Should the administration, though, be doing more to stop this?
And joining us now to discuss, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us on American Agenda this afternoon. Now, we heard from John Kirby today, as we mentioned, and White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday, telling us what President Biden believes regarding these anti-Israel protests. But shouldn't we be hearing directly from the president now that approximately 100 American colleges and universities are involved?
It's good to be with you. We absolutely should be hearing from President Biden. But the reason why we don't is because he dithers. He's late to the game. He does not lead. He's always late to these crises as they come up. Just look at everything else that's gone wrong in America. So he should be speaking directly to the American people, especially to these college students, but he won't because the man is not a leader, and that is fundamentally what is wrong in the United States today. Contrast that with President Trump. You already know President Trump would have spoken directly to what's happening on these campuses because this is a disgrace. Students should be allowed to go and get their education, not be interrupted by protesters. We all believe in free speech. You should be able to go and protest, say whatever you feel. I will protect that with every fiber of my being. But when you impede other people from doing what they need to do in their lives, that is when you cross the line. The stuff about stopping people on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, a travesty. What's happening on college campuses, disgusting. The President Biden, will not speak to this because the man is not a leader. We need real leadership in our country. That comes in the form of Donald J. Trump.
Congressman, how much is it, though, that President Biden doesn't want to say anything because he'll lose votes? A lot of these voters are people in this crowd that would typically vote Democrat here. If he says even the slightest thing negative about them, he might not get their vote. What do you think about that?
Well, that's not my problem. The man is a coward. You have students who can't go to class. You have Jewish students who are being assaulted. They're being intimidated. That is wrong. So if you want to be the leader of the free world, Joe Biden, step up and be a leader. If you don't, go ahead and leave or get defeated in November. Either way is fine by me, but the man has not led. So yes, he's afraid of losing votes because he's not a leader. His agenda sucks. He's led the country in the worst way possible. Our enemies are laughing at us. Our allies are looking at us and saying, what the heck is going on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? And you're seeing this unfold on college campuses, but you're also seeing it in the grocery store every single day, and the humanitarian crisis at our southern border has happened through his entire administration. The man doesn't care. He only wanted to be president, America, and unfortunately for us, that's what's happened to our nation.
Congressman, in your state, Florida, protesters tried taking over the University of Florida, but the school and law enforcement said, no, that's not okay. Arrests were made, and school officials said the university is not a daycare center. But the difference here is the laws that govern public universities are different from those that govern private universities like Columbia. Should private universities be taking a cue from public ones like the University of Florida?
Of course they should. But the president of Columbia, that person needs to go. They need to get fired immediately by the Board of Trustees because they're not doing what's in the interest of the university going forward. They're doing what's in the interest of a handful of students, which is disrupting the rest of the student body at that campus. So they should let NYPD on to actually get control back on that campus. The fact that they let it go this long is indicative of the lack of leadership at Columbia. It's no wonder why so many students of that caliber are choosing not to go to the Ivy Leagues anymore. They're choosing to go to other universities because these colleges and these universities are not interested in promoting the actual academic achievement of students. They are interested in this woke foolishness, which unfortunately is unfolding in front of our very eyes. All right.